Good morning students. In the previous video we had discussed the first feature of democracy, that is all the elected representatives should take the major decision, and that was the story of Pakistan where Pervez Musharraf was the ruler and the civil cabinet was not free to take decision. Most of the decisions were taken by the military officers in National Security Council. Now today we will be reading about the second feature of democracy, that is free and fair electoral competition. And here there are two stories. The first story is about China. In China the elections are held regularly after every 5 years. So elections are regular, and Chinese parliament has 3000 members. There are around 3000 members in Chinese parliament, and most of these members are the elected members. There are few members who are from military, but maximum members are from through election they are there. That means the elections are held regularly, proper the rights also the elected representatives are having. But the problem is, before contesting election, every candidate need approval of the Chinese Communist Party, the major political party of China, or the 8 allied parties. These are the smaller parties associated with Chinese Communist Party. That means after election, whoever wins, Chinese Communist Party will win, because all are the member of Chinese Communist Party. So we can say that China is having a one party system, and it cannot be called or termed as democracy. Clear? Now the second story is from Mexico. Mexico country in south of North America, that is in south of United States of America. Here elections are held after every 6 years. So regular elections are there. But since independence in 1930 till 2000, that is continuously for 70 years, a single party was winning election. Now it is important, the name of the party is PRI, but the full form is Institutional Revolutionary Party. It is quite confusing, so please note it well. In short it is called PRI, but the full form is Institutional Revolutionary Party. Now how there are opposition party. It is not like China that they are having only one party. There is opposition party, but opposition never managed to win the election because of the dirty tricks used by PRI. And what are these tricks? This can be also 3-mark question. All the government servants, the people who are employed in government job, they are forced to attend the party meeting. Whenever the party meeting is there, all the government servants have to attend the meeting. They have to work accordingly. Second, the media is totally under the control of PRI. That means in the news channels or newspaper, they write all the good things about the ruling party and negative things about the opposition party, that opposition has done this wrong or that thing wrong, and positive thing about the ruling party. So media is under the control of the ruling party. And third, teachers, like there is PTM in schools. In PTM the teacher generally discuss about the welfare of the student, but here the teachers are also forced that they have to convince the parents to vote for PRI. That means the child is working or studying well or not, but the teacher is saying that you have to vote for PRI. And sometime on the last moment also, the polling booths are shifted to another place. If they think that in this particular locality people can vote against PRI, at the last moment the polling booth can be shifted to somewhere else. So these are some dirty tricks used by PRI and how they manage to win election every time. Clear? Now the next feature of democracy, one person, one vote and one value. This is the third feature of democracy. In this there are 3 different stories. The first story is about Saudi Arabia. In Saudi Arabia, till year 2015, the women were not having the right to vote. After that they got the right to vote. Then a small country, Estonia, here there was a section of population which was of Russian origin, although these were in minority. So this Russian minority found it difficult to get the voting right. The local people were having right to vote, but the Russian minority was not able to get the voting right. So here also it was not a true democracy. Saudi Arabia, because women was not having right to vote, so we can say Saudi Arabia was also not a democratic country. Next, Fiji, a small country in Australia. Here, the population was one local Fijian, that is indigenous, and a small section of population was of Indian Fijian, that means those people of Fiji whose forefathers were from India. During the British period, many people migrated there as indentured labor, and the Indian Fijian, now the right to vote Indian Fijian were also having, but the value of vote was different. The suppose if we say if a local Fijian is voting, his vote is having a value of 1, and the Indian Fijian vote value is 0.5 only. So in this way the value was different for Indian Fijian vote and indigenous, that is the person of Fiji Island. So these are 3 examples under this heading. Now we can say that these 3 countries are also not a true democracy, although voting is done. Clear? So this is the third feature. If a question comes, why Estonia is not considered a true democracy, because the Russian minority are not able to get the voting right. Like in India, all the people above the age of 18 years are having right to vote, irrespective of their caste, creed, color, etc., economic status. Nothing is considered, only the minimum age is there. So India is a true democracy because everyone is having right to vote, but these countries are not true democracy. So total 3 features we have done. Free and fair electoral competition, that means those in power have a fair chance of losing election also. It is not that always they will win the election. So these are the 3 features of democracy.